Hello there, thanks for joining me today. Today I'm going to take you through a quick booty burn workout in side lying. We're going to do a few exercises on each side just for a short little workout that will have your glutes firing, feeling nice and strong afterwards. All right, let's get into it. So coming down, lying onto your side on the mat, arm can come extended nice and long to support the head. Make sure you find yourself in the middle of the mat in a comfortable position. Resting the head down for the moment, just stacking the hips and the knees one on top of each other. Knees bent up at about a 90-degree angle. Sitting just comfortably in front of the hips. From here, thinking about poking the bottom back slightly towards the edge of the mat, pushing the top hip away to lift up through the waist. Ribs and hips are staying connected to keep that core engaged. Bottom leg here is just going to stay rested on the mat and we're going to be working our top leg. All right, so to start with, top leg comes nice and long in one long line along the body. So as you look down the side of your waist, you should be able to see your foot, your body, your bottom, all in one nice long line. From here, let's get into it. We are dropping the leg down, tapping the toes and squeezing back up. So as we lower, nice and slow to tap, squeezing those bottom muscles on the outside of the hip to squeeze back up, to lift. Let's go. Bottom leg just nice and relaxed on the mat. We are tapping and lifting. Maintaining that side waist space. Breathing as we go. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. Nicely done. Stay with me. We're going to work hard on this side for a few different exercises and then swap over. You'll be thanking me afterwards. So keeping that long line. Really focus on driving the movement from this muscle on the outside of the hip here, on the outside of the bottom, keeping the rest of the body nice and still and stable. For 3, 2, and 1. Staying up the top here, we've got some little pulses. So small little movement, keeping everything nice and still, keeping that leg up as high as you can manage, whilst maintaining that good position with the rest of the body. Hand can either be on the hip or out in front for a bit of extra support. Let's stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Moving into a rainbow. So leg comes forward to tap the toes at the front corner of the mat, lifts up into an arc, tapping at the back corner of the mat. Making that rainbow shape in between. As we go through this motion, trying to keep the body nice and still, thinking about the movement at the hip joint, and really just using that muscle to drive this motion. Everything should stay nice and still. Only taking the foot down to tap if you can control that movement. If you feel like you're losing your form a little bit, just only go halfway and then come back. Tapping to the back can be a little bit trickier. Stay with me, you're doing well here. We've just got a little bit more work on this side and then we will swap over. Let's go for 3 more. Using that breath. Inhale one direction, exhale the other direction. Last one here. All right, we are staying up, not resting that leg. Forwards, little circles. Keeping that motion small. Feel the burn in the outside of the hip here. Leg stays up nice and high. Doing well. Stay with me just a little bit longer here. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and backwards. Last bit here, stay up if you can. Breathe through it. Keep that waist lifted, top leg pushed away, top hip for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, resting down. Give that hip a bit of a tap. That side is all done. Have a big breath, blowing out, and when you're ready, we're gonna swap it over to the other side. I'll just swivel around so you can still see me. All right, setting up into that same position, lying down on the side with the arm extended, head rests down on the arm. Hips and knees stacked, knees bent up to about 90 degrees. Bottom pokes back slightly towards the edge of the mat. Top hip pushed away to lift through the side waist here. Let's go, let's work this other side. Top leg extends, squeezing the outside of the hip muscles here. We lower down to tap, squeeze to lift. Bottom leg's nice and relaxed on the mat. Let's go. We've got to even up these sides. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. Keeping the ribs and the hips connected, not letting the ribs flare out. Body in one nice long straight line. Again, hand can be in front for a bit of extra stability if you like. Otherwise, by the waist, or you can actually feel the muscle working on the side of the hip. Nicely done. Keep your form in this movement for 3, 2, and 1. Staying up for those pulses. Stay with me. Feel that burn. Breathe through it. Small little movement up and down. If you find you're getting a bit sore in your shin muscle at all, you can relax your foot down or flex your foot or point your toes. See what works better for you. Often just letting the foot drop down releases some of that tension. For 3, 2, 1. Staying here, going straight into that rainbow. So tapping the toes at the front corner of the mat, lifting up into the arc, tapping at the back. The hand in front can be good for that extra little bit of balance for this one and help isolate that movement. Lift and lift. Nicely done. Big arc, like a rainbow. Using your breath, just isolating the movement at the hip, keeping everything else nice and still. Cores engaged, waist is lifted. Just got a little bit longer here. Three more. Use that breath. Exhale one direction, inhale the other direction. Last one here. And we have our circles to finish off. Keep that leg up high. Let's go. Forward circles. Use your breath. This one's burning already. Small little circles. Heavy leg into the mat. Squeezing these outside glute muscles. Use that breath. Stay with me here, last bit of work. For 3, 2, 1, and backwards. Let's rock. Keep that leg up nice and high. Again, relax the foot if you need to. Cores engaged. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh. Resting down, give that hip a bit of a tap, a bit of a rub. Feel that burning subside. Nicely done. When you're ready, we'll just make our way up onto the back. You can either come forward, sitting up, or you can lie down on your back. We're just going to give those glutes a bit of a stretch. So with your feet flat on the mat, taking your opposite heel in front of that thigh, then thinking about pressing this bent knee away to stretch through the outside of the hip here. We'll just do this one stretch, and that is it for this booty burner workout. Have some big breaths. All right, and releasing that, swapping to the other side. Oh, feels good. Pushing that opposite knee away to stretch through that outside. If you need to intensify the stretch, walk yourself a little bit closer up to the thigh, or shuffle your opposite knee in closer. 2 more big breaths. And release that one as well. Just give the legs a little bit of a wiggle. And we are done. Thanks for joining me for this quick booty burner workout. I hope you enjoyed it and those glutes are feeling great and strong. See you next time.